Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, everybody. 7 o'clock in the morning on a Monday morning, first day of school holidays in WA Perth. I'm Sal, and I am wanting to cover with you this morning three main areas that have affected and improved my life and the life of my families for quite profoundly. So, mind, body, and soul. That is what I'm wanting to cover. Good morning, guys. Hop on. This is really interactive. So comment and tell me what you think and how I'm going. So I'm very nervous about doing this. This is something that is so far out my comfort zone, but I'm doing it because I have got some really important things that I'm wanting to discuss with so many people to improve their lives, because what I've been doing with this in my life has had an enormous effect. Mind, body, and soul. So good morning. I'm having a cup of tea though to keep my throat right. 7 o'clock in the morning on school holidays morning. Mind, body, and soul. So any of you that know, I am passionate about creating grounded, resilient, well-adjusted children, reach their full potential and fly. And my journey on this has had a huge impact on the way I am having to conduct and run myself. So, and the path of it has led me on to helping mums, dads, and children lead a fully fulfilled life. So a life full of fun, happiness, joy, prosperity. That would be the life that I would like to live. More to the point, who wouldn't want to live a life like that? Like a life where you and your family and your children live a fully fulfilled life. And the three main areas are your mind, your body, and your soul. And so over the next 3 days, today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, I am going to delve really deep into each one of those. Today, I'm going to delve into the mind because that's my favorite. Mind and mental fitness and mind control and centering is my favorite part of it. Tomorrow I'm going to delve right deep into body, what we feed it and how we go. And then the third day is quite a tricky one, but I feel it is one of the most important, and I'm going to delve into the soul and our spiritual side of things. So these three areas of our life are interconnected. And they are dependent and they need to function on each other. So if you have a good, strong mind and you have a spiritual awareness and awakening, quite a good spiritual awareness, but your body isn't looked after, your body will get fat and lazy, or thin and lazy, and you won't have enough energy. So that won't work. If you have a good, strong body and a good, strong mind, you work on those two areas, but your soul is in tatters, you would feel like there was something missing, like you wouldn't feel truly fulfilled. If your body was strong and fit and your soul you had a good spiritual awareness, but your mind wasn't strong and fit and flexible, then you would often feel nervous or anxious or fractured. I've been there before, I know. So our body, our mind, and our soul, three really important areas of our life. And if we can work with those three areas, then we can live our life at optimum. So the first thing that I'm really wanting to discuss is my favorite thing, the bullshit filter. Okay, right, the bullshit filter. So any of you that have children or that have anything to do with children, like 7, 8, 9-year-olds, they are the best bullshit filter you can ever come across. So if you can handle the answer, ask one of these children what you feel their opinion on you in one of these areas in your life is. So just ask their opinion, what they think, where they think you're at, if you can handle the answer, because kids are the best bullshit filters you've ever come across. So if you want a real answer, they haven't been tampered with like us adults, and we think, you know, this way or that way or whichever way. The children really give us the raw, hard, honest answer, which is pretty cool. So the bullshit filter, and the reason I am doing this is because my children know when things are bullshit. Our 4 boys, my husband and I have 4 magnificent boys, and any of you guys that know me personally know how passionate I am about my boys, or how much my husband is about his boys. But I know that when I am telling the boys to do something and I'm not doing it myself, they know. They know. They know when mum is talking bullshit. They're not allowed to say it, but they do know. So an example would be beer. Well, I love beer. I love wine. And our eldest, who is just coming into his teenage years, hasn't quite happened yet, but I'm sure it will. Darling, you know, really, I don't think drinking's a good idea, especially, but if I'm drinking, that's just bullshit. An example would be chocolate. Okay, youngest, Patrick, Dara and Patrick, both love sweet stuff. So boys, you know, a little bit less chocky, don't eat too much sweet stuff, but their mum polishes off a block of chocky when they're all in bed. The kids know that. It's like it's bullshit. A big one in today's society is the phone. So our eldest has a phone, and the kids love technology. They're not allowed on it very often, but, you know, they love it. And if, you know, this one's on the phone, that one's on the phone, everybody's on the phone, and I am at Seamus to get off the phone and stop being on the phone, but he looks around and there's dad and mum both on the phone all the time. That's just bullshit. To say something and not to do it, to tell somebody to do something and not to do it yourself is just bullshit. So that is powerful in itself, because if we are wanting something for our children and we're not doing it ourselves, that's bullshit. So this is why I'm stepping so far out of my comfort zone to have a crack, because I reckon what I have got to say is going to help so many people in their lives. And what I'm wanting to do today as well is make sure you realise I am not telling you all these things that I do in our life to impress you. I'm telling it to impress upon you that if you want to improve any area of your life and you have a crack at what I am doing or what we are doing, then you might get some cool results as well. So the bullshit filter, try it. Just try it. Just ask your kids, see where you think you're at. Then you can work out where you're wanting to go. So actually that's my next thing. So if you're wanting to have a look, take a look at where you want to be and what kind of life you want. So most people in life spend more time organising their holiday, their family holiday, than they do organising their own life. How scary is that? How crazy is that? Most people spend more time and effort organising their own holiday than they do their own life. So I struggled with that because I always... I struggled with that because I had trouble putting me in the picture. So I tried this one. I took me out of the picture and I didn't think about where I wanted to be and what kind of person I wanted to be. I looked at where I wanted my children to be and what kind of person I wanted my children to be in 5 years, in 10 years, in 1 year. And because I know that the kids are watching us all the time, the good and the bad, and how you deal with it, which is more important. I thought about what I wanted my children to be, and then I realised that I'm actually leading by example. How scary is that? How crazy is that? We are actually leading our children by example. And if we don't have our own children, it's other people's children. That is how they learn. That is how they grow, is they watch and they follow and they learn and they do. So that's what I did. I had a look at where I wanted my children to be, and then I realised that that is the path I need to be leading. So I love mental health, and I understand the importance of mental health, and I think it's happening today in society. Everybody is talking about mindfulness and stress and anxiety and meditation. So that is my first thing off the mark. Meditation. I have to have another drink of my cup of tea. Excuse me. It is like 7 o'clock in the morning on a Monday morning on school holidays. All my little darlings are tucked up in bed still. They'll be over here pretty soon. Meditation. Okay, so if you think of meditation not as the woo-woo hippie sort of way that I think about it must be my age group, I'm not too sure. If you think of meditation more as mind fitness is the word I like to use. Mind fitness. Look at all these guys jumping on. It's so good to see all you guys. Mind fitness. So I think of meditation as mind fitness. So think about your body, or think about an athlete's body, and think about how they get those muscles working at optimum. They exercise them, don't they? They use them and they work out in the gym, or they run, or they do whatever it takes to build those muscles to be strong and resilient and flexible and able to work hard under duress or under stress. So if you think of your mind as a muscle, now none of this I've made up, all of this I've learned, okay? So I'm not so clever, I've just learned this, and I'm not telling it to you to impress you, but to impress upon you that if you want to have a crack at improving this area of your life, then you can have a go. Morning, guys. So meditation. So if you practice, what I've done is I now do 20 minutes meditation in the morning before I get up, and 20 minutes meditation at night time before I go to bed. I've actually found it quite not easy, but I have found the effects huge, the improvements huge. So if you don't have to think about what you're doing exactly, you just download an app. They're free, they're readily available, they are easy to use. Just put in a meditation app into your phone and have a crack at it and see what it does to you. So in the morning I do a stress and anxiety one because it helps me to focus and balance my body and my mind in my body and in my day, and it helps me to work at optimum. And at night time I do a sleep app, like a sleep meditation, a 20-minute sleep app meditation. But I've always meditated because I was very blessed as a kid. When I went to school, when I was 15, in year 10, imagine this, right? Padre was his name. He was the school chaplain. Oh, I'm not too sure, priest or chaplain. Padre, we had to call him, and I didn't really like him. But one thing he did do is he gave me a tool. In year 10 exams, he made us all lie down on the ground in the new chapel that we had built, and he taught us some meditation techniques. And imagine that, 15-year-olds all there full of hormones and giggling. And I don't know if it was that successful that day, but it didn't really matter about that day. What it did was arm me with the tool to use my entire life, which I have used my entire life, meditating every night to some description to help me to calm my mind and center myself. And I have used it when I have played elite sport, playing like for my country, and it has had a phenomenal effect on balancing me and centering me. But then I've understood in the last 12 months that amount of work that I put in has got me to where I was then. So I've dropped the clutch on that and lifted it again, and I'm now meditating twice a day, and the results are profound. So meditation doesn't need to be thought of as or kamaya, or dress in white, like Buddha, or like the monks. Meditation can just be, I haven't got time to do that in my life. So meditation can just be 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever you can do. Download the app. I implore you to do it. You will see a huge improvement. And like all you guys on watching, pop some comments in. Tell me what you do, because I'd really love to hear, and any of the results that you've had, because I'm not the only person doing this. So meditation, the mind as a muscle. So if your mind is fit and strong and healthy and flexible, it can handle adverse situations. So when you feel anxiety or stress or anger or any of those emotions come into you, your mind, if it is strong and fit and knows how to control those, it grabs that emotion, puts it into a chronological systematic, and works out the solution instead of letting it overwhelm you. So I implore you to do it. The results are phenomenal. But on top of that, the ripple effect. My boys watch me, not watch me meditate, but they know that I do it, and they see the results. They've seen the results, and a result is example. This is another cool story. So every afternoon, not every afternoon, I'm not the perfect mother, but sometimes in the afternoon I will finish working wherever I'm working, and I'll get in. My husband picks our kids up from school because he's so wonderful. I will get into my kitchen, and sometimes I might make them something for afternoon tea when they will, when they come in. So I don't always, but sometimes I am. And I've got this idea in my head that I will, when the kids come in, I can't wait them. I've missed them all day at school. They're all going to come in. It's just going to be the perfect afternoon, and I'm the perfect mum. And does any of you guys do that? Like, I don't do it all the time. I can guarantee that. But sometimes, this is an example. Sometimes I will go, I can't wait to see the boys. And I can hear them come down the decking, and in they come. And I'm thinking of this perfect afternoon we're going to have with the perfect mother, and she's baked this beautiful food, and then we're going to go out into the paddock and do something magnificent. All right. As they walk in, Dara hits Paddy hits the wall, Colum sorts them out, the bags go crazy. There's a full-on scrap at the kitchen door. Like shit's hitting the fan. Things were going so magnificent. And shit hit the fan. And my natural reaction has gone from this perfect afternoon planned to, oh my God, these boys are driving me mad. So since, and in the past, I would have just joined in, so it would have been a great big Galvin scrap at the front door. Like, that's a great afternoon. Welcome home, boys. This is a fabulous home. So the point of this story is this meditation and this mindful and the improvement of my mind's fitness has changed this. So my reaction to this now is, not all the time, but more of the time, which is better than it was, is, hi boys, how you going? Did you have a great day at school? What can we do about this? How can I help you? So, it's just a small thing like a Galvin scrap at the front door, or it is something more important like a life crisis or a big event or, stress or all the other outward things that get impacted on us as a human being. So if we've got good balance and good focus on our minds and we have got good mind fitness, we can actually deal with a lot more. And we can think chronologically and methodically and make good decisions. So I implore you to have a crack at this meditation and call it what you want. Like meditation really wasn't something that I like the name of, but mindfulness and mind fitness I think are really what it's at. So bullshit filter done, meditation done. This is another cracker, my last one. A good quality sleep at night time. So any of you guys that have seen any of my earlier lives, I interviewed Chris Harris, the head of Youth Focus, which is a non-profit organisation that looks after the young people in Perth and helps them with mental health issues. So I interviewed him. He's a really interesting fella, but off camera, he ran through some phenomenal stuff that I didn't know. He's a psychologist, and he's been working with Prince Charles. He's worked with Prince Charles in England in earlier, before he came back to Perth. He was talking to me about serotonin, which is the love hormone in our bodies. And any of you guys that have been to anything to do with Maggie Dent, she talks about serotonin as well. So serotonin, to my understanding, is a love hormone in your body. And you can't experience that feeling of love and that lovely feeling without it. And the only way our buckets of serotonin in our body can get filled is through good quality sleep at night time. How important is that? Good quality sleep at night time. You don't get it in the daytime, And you only get it, and you don't get it if you drink too much. That's why you wake up feeling tired after a good night's sleep. So good quality sleep at night time fills up your bucket of serotonin, and it fills up your children's buckets of serotonin. So you've heard Maggie Dent speak. I've been to quite a lot. She talks about like rubbing the back of the neck at at the checkout with your kids, when they're feeling twitchy and they want to eat all that sugar. And it releases serotonin in your body. If you do not fill your bucket of serotonin up at night time, that bucket depletes and gets empty, and it doesn't matter what you do to release that serotonin in the daytime, that love hormone will not be there, and you spiral down into negative thinking. So it's really interesting. He said to me as well that your body will not synthesize serotonin, will not make serotonin in the daytime. So our night shifters and things like that, that's why. So, an example is like when we had our tiny babies and you don't get enough sleep, like sleep deprivation. So there's not enough serotonin in your body. And the next day, do you guys remember, or you're still at it, that you are crispy and crackly and a bit more agitated and you can't think clearly? It's because of your lack of good quality sleep at night time. So I would highly recommend and implore you to do some sort of meditation and mind fitness at night time before you go to sleep. So I have, and it has made an enormous impact on my life. I am not sleeping as much, but I'm not getting those 8 to 12 hours like I thought I had to. I am getting about 6 to 8, sometimes less, sometimes not much more. But it is good quality sleep. So I bounce out of bed in the morning because I am sleeping properly at night time. So it is important. This is really important. So we need good quality sleep. We need to fill up our buckets of serotonin at night time. Otherwise, we can't think clearly in the morning or in the daytime. And if we are doing it, guess who else is doing it? Our children. And that is more important than anything, I believe. Good quality sleep. Chris Harris, serotonin. These are my notes. Okay, right. So if you are overwhelmed with this whole mind fitness and mindfulness and getting mental strength and mental resilience because you're looking at the full big picture, so it overwhelms you, which it definitely has for me, then have you heard of How to Eat an Elephant? Somebody said this to me once before and it's always stuck in my head. So I often look at a big goal and I go, oh my God, there's no way I can do that. So How to Eat an Elephant. If you wanted to eat an elephant, if you looked at the whole thing and went, Jesus crikey, I can't eat that whole thing. If you needed and you really wanted to eat that elephant, you would need to start one bite at a time, wouldn't you? And it'll last you a whole year. But do the same with any goals that you've got. So this meditation and mindfulness, if you want to eat that whole elephant, you just start one bite at a time. So we are ever evolving. We're either evolving forward, we're evolving backwards. I like to evolve forward. We all do. That's human nature. So if we project ourselves and do it one bite at a time, just 5 minutes, just 10 minutes, just 5 minutes, and we give ourselves a point of reference to go to when we are having a stressful time, I implore you to do it because it will improve your lives. It's improved my life. All I'm speaking from is my own personal experience, and it has improved my life profoundly and the life of my family, my husband, my children, my staff, my businesses, my clients, and anybody else that I come in contact with. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed what I've got to say today. Mental health and mindfulness and mind fitness is one of the most important things, and it's my favourite topic in life to create if you would like a fully fulfilled life full of happiness, joy and prosperity, and if you'd like that for your children. And the other thing that I really remind myself of is this is our one life. This is our one life. I don't think you can go to the pearly gates, we'll discuss that on Wednesday, and say, look, I wasn't really happy with the way I did that life. So can I have another crack? It's not good. Well, as far as I understand, I don't think that's going to happen. So, and we don't know if it is or isn't. So we might as well do the best we can with what we've got now and live our one life to its fullest. Because because this is it. This is our life. And what makes it so important to get cracking and do something is our children are watching us. They are watching us closely, and the bullshit filter is on. So if you want more, bigger, better, more prosperous, more happiness, more joy in your children's lives, then put it in yours. And mental health and mindfulness and mind fitness are one of the most important things that you can do and bring to your family. I've done it for ours, and I've been so happy with the results, and we haven't arrived. We aren't anywhere near where we're going to go. So, thanks for watching, you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. It's going to be a beautiful day. The sun's just come up outside there. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what I've had to say, share it on. If you think that it can help somebody in your life, then share it on. Put in some comments. I love hearing you guys. If you need to speak to me or want, just email me or Facebook message me or ring me. Get in contact with me. Pop this in, like it, share it, send it on. I've got so much to give, and I am stepping way outside my comfort zone to do it, but I think it's important. In fact, I know it's important. So if this can help you guys at all, I'd be really happy. Tell me if it is. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. for body. We're going to delve deep into body tomorrow. I am looking forward to it. All right. Love you loads, guys. Ciao for now. Morning. Morning, morning, morning. Morning, guys. Morning and welcome. Welcome to day 2 in Mind, Body and Soul. And I am going to, today I'm going to delve really deep into body. So welcome and good morning, and hop on and hi. Just pop a good morning and a hello into the comments down below, guys, and then I know you're watching. That'd be great. So just pop a good morning down the bottom there. And this is really interactive. So if you want to know more, just pop some questions in and I'll get back to you guys on that. Good morning and welcome to Mind, Body and Soul. Morning, guys. I am really excited to be here and to show and share with you guys on some of the things that have improved my life and my family's life over quite substantially. So yesterday we covered mind and mindfulness, and I love mind and mindfulness. I love morning, guys, and that's my passion, mental health and mental resilience, and I could talk about it all day. Today we're going to delve into body. So body has been a real, not a great spot of mine. Like, I have had some yo-yos and some ups and downs, but we're going to delve into body today, and God knows where it's going to take us. And tomorrow we're going to delve deep into soul and spirituality, and I promise not to go running around, you never know where that's going to go. So today's body. But before I get stuck into body, I really want to come into and explain to you guys the importance of the interconnectedness between mind, body and soul. And if you are wanting to improve any area in your life, they are all interconnected. So for an example, I've been in a position where my mind was strong and my body was strong, but I didn't have any my spiritual awareness, or my soul wasn't. And so I would feel like I was not connected with that around me, and I would feel like a sense of emptiness, or not a good sense of fulfillment. Morning, guys. Pop hello, good morning in the comments, then I know if you guys are watching. So that is when in my life, there's been areas in my life where my mind's been strong, my body's been strong, and my soul has been in tatters, and it didn't feel good. I didn't feel full. I've also been in areas of my life where my soul, and I had pretty good spiritual awareness and connectedness, and my body was pretty strong, but my mind was not great. And I have felt fractious and crispy, sort of crispy, and it's not a great, like a cat on a hot tin roof, and it's not a great way to be. You don't feel balanced and focused. And this area of my life where I've had a strong mind and a strong sense of belonging and being and a spiritual sense, and my body has not been looked after. I have not had the energy to keep up with what I'm wanting to do on a daily basis. So I have been fat and like overweight and with no energy. And that's not cool. That is really so frustrating. There's actually nothing more frustrating than your body not keeping up with the rest of your life. So, and I have girlfriends, I've never had this, but I've got girlfriends that don't have the energy to get through the day, and they're super, super thin. So it works both ways. So your body and what you do and how you fuel and how you exercise your body is so important. And I have realized this and have, like, it's an ever changing and ever evolving, but where I am right now, what I am doing with my body. Hi guys, just pop a hello and a good morning in the comments, and then I know you're speaking or that you're watching. And so back to body. The body is so important. It is connected directly with your mind and your spirit. If you have a well-fueled and well-exercised body, it can keep up with the rest of your, the things you're wanting to do and the things you're wanting to achieve in your day. And when I had all my children, like any of you guys that know me know I've got 4 big boys, and when I was pregnant with my children, I ate. I thought that pregnancy was a license to eat. And I ate everything within arm's reach. And if I couldn't reach it, I moved so I could. And I just ate everything within arm's reach, and I put on a huge amount of weight. From a size 20 plus. And I didn't realize how big I was. I actually didn't realize how big I was until somewhere along the line, and I'm sure every child said it to me, but I remember specifically we had baby number 4 and baby number 3, toddler number 3, asked me when baby number 5 or when the next baby was coming, because he thought I still had another baby in my tummy, and my child, like my youngest, was 8 months old or something. So it was at that time that I realized that I really seriously needed to that was that good bullshit filter. So our children are the best bullshit filters you've ever come across. You want to know the real you or where you're at in your life, ask a child. They'll tell you. They'll tell you straight exactly how it is. So it was at that stage that I realized I needed to do something with my body. So without getting too, in touch with, and specific, everybody's different. And what works for one person may or may not work for the other. But what I did was, 2 simple things, I like to keep things really simple, was I exercised more and I ate better food. Ate less and exercised more. 2 really simple things. So everybody's different. Some people need to go and get surgery, and I implore you, if that's where you need to go, then you go. Some people like to do binge, which I have done a fair bit as well, binge dieting. And if that's where you need to go, then that's what you need to do. But then when you get down to your weight, work out a daily routine of what your body can handle. So, food, fuel, body. If you think of, I'm going to need to have a drink of my cup of tea now because it is actually 7 o'clock in the morning on school holiday morning. All the boys are asleep over there. They'll all be banging on the door here in a minute. If you think of your body as a car, so like if you think of your body as a car, if you put dirty fuel, my husband's a mechanic, yeah? If you put dirty fuel into your car, it'll break down, it won't work, will it? It won't work at optimum. And so if you put dirty food or crap food or shit food into your body, it will not work at optimum. And shit food is similar for some people but different for others. So some people's shit food is wheat. Some people's shit food is dairy. So all people's shit food is sugar. So I know, you know yourself that if you eat a whole heap of rubbish, you don't feel so good the next day, do you? Or that afternoon. So it's different for everybody. You need to work out what it is for you that works your body, you know, at optimum. Morning, guys. Some more people jumping on. Nice to see you. So with food, for me, I can't eat a lot of wheat, but I still eat it. But yeah, I can't eat a lot of wheat because it just makes me fat and it clouds my head up. None of us can eat a lot of sugar. Sugar really isn't great for your diet, but you need to work out what it is for you and what you want, you know, what is optimum for you, because everybody is different. When I was about 15, I reckon I worked out, well, any of you guys out there that have got horses would understand the food that you feed your horse has a direct impact on how it behaves. So I've got a riding school and equestrian centre. We got a ton of really nice, docile, quiet ponies. And I know from first-hand experience, if I have them loaded up on high energy food, like buckets of oats, if I feed these ponies oats, they get way too excited and there's like kids and ponies flying everywhere. So I can impact the way that they behave by what I feed them. And I think that we need to put that back to ourselves. So we can impact the way that we behave by what we feed ourselves, and more importantly, what we feed our children. So if we live on high sugar diets, our minds can't settle and centered. So it doesn't matter how much mindfulness or mind fitness we do. If we have too much sugar, too many crazy things going on in our body, and all the levels are all upside down, it doesn't matter how much mental strength we have, we can't center and balance ourselves. So see the importance of the interconnectedness between the body and the mind and the soul, which we'll cover tomorrow. So we had Mary Harris here. Yeah, actually, that's what I was going to say. Mary Harris. So she is head of Food and Farm Fest here at Serpentine Jarrahdale. And she's an expert in gut and gut flora. And without getting into the nitty-grits of things, because you could talk here for 2 hours on it, what our gut does is if it's working at optimum, then it sends like positive and opens up our mind and our neurons fire properly. If we fill our guts with shit food and they're not running at optimum and our gut flora has all gone to pot because we're eating too many processed foods and too much sugar, then our mind doesn't fire properly. And so the stomach, there's studies saying nowadays that the stomach actually controls what the mind does. So as I was saying before, you can do as much mental strength and meditation as you like, but if you're feeding your body shit, then it won't make, it just won't work at optimum. So they work together really, really closely, and I implore you to pay attention to what you're feeding your body. So I myself don't get hell-bent over it, because I've known from experience if I get really strict on a special diet, it only lasts a little while and it all goes to pot. What I do is eat real food, good old-fashioned real food. I use less packets, less bottles, less jars. I get raw meat and raw veggies and salads and real food, and I prepare it and cook it and serve it up to my family. It's as simple as that. I am guilty of using jars and things, but not very much. I really try to keep it to a minimum. So I think that's about as simple as you can get. And I reduce the amount of wheat that I personally have. So that's food, and it's important. But you can talk for a full month on food. But there's more to it than just what we put into our body. I was talking about the mind as a muscle and working your mind and exercising your mind. It's the same with your body. So if you don't use it, you lose it. Isn't that right? So because with today's society, everybody's sitting down a lot and doesn't do as much physical exercise, I'll implore you to do something every day to raise your heart level. Just a little bit. So I'm no expert on this. I'm just saying what has worked for me. And actually through this whole thing, I'm not actually saying any of this to impress anybody or to impress you, but to impress upon you that if you are wanting to improve any area of your life, if you are prepared to do some or all of these things that I have been doing, have a crack and see if it works. So, exercise. I have become a gym junkie, but I wasn't ever like that. So I can understand how it doesn't fit for everyone. So you can just raise your heart level. Work out whatever fits into your life. Everybody's busy. We're all so busy doing our things. So, but what I would like, there's swimming, there's running, there's riding, there's walking, there's yoga, there's Pilates, there's so many, like society these days, there are so many exercise regimes and specialists on it. Just go and find something that'll work for you, and I implore you to do it every day. Just a little bit, like that, how to eat an elephant at a time, when I said yesterday, just one bite at a time. So life is ever evolving. It's little steps forwards, or it's little steps backwards. And talking about that, I have like a warning sign, and it is my belt. I know that when I was playing nationals a year or so ago, my belt got I had to put another hole in my belt because I was too nervous to eat, and I lost weight. But I don't lose weight very easily, yeah? So I was pretty excited about that. But my key is, the main point I'm trying to get out of this is my one belt is if I get past a certain hole, then I come down hard on myself and I am strict about what I eat and what I do until I'm back to normal weight again. So the reason I say that is because, when I put on all that weight, I didn't even realize. It was just ever so little bit, and next minute I was a size 22. So it was so hard, and I actually hated myself for being that size. I really, really did. It's like so interrelated with your mental and your spirit and your soulful. So I implore you to just run a bit of a guideline. So mine's my belt. I've heard other people say if they feel like they can't get down and do, 40 sit-ups, then, that's their guideline. So I implore you to have one. Just have a little bit of a warning sign so you know when you are slipping a little bit towards not looking after your body. So your mind and your body and your soul, those three things, so interconnected and so damn important. There are that many children out there now that are getting fed the wrong foods and not doing enough exercise. So I'll implore you, and they do and copy exactly what we are doing. So if we want our children to be more, fit, more healthy, more active, then we need to be fitter and healthier and more active. So we lead by example. So if you like what I've had to say today, guys, I really enjoy sharing. I'm as nervous as hell if you can't tell, but it is so important to get this message out there. This message of improving our lives on three main levels. So if you like what I've got to say, then run some comments, like it and share it. And if I can help you with anything, I would love to. So have a wonderful day, everybody. I will see you tomorrow morning for day 3 on Soul. God knows where that's going to take us. I've got some really exciting things to cover and to do with our soul tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Have a great day. I implore you to just have a bit of an idea about what you're eating and how much processed foods we're eating, and run an exercise program that'll suit you and suit your life and suit your children's lives, because it is so damn important. All right. Loads of love. Ciao for now. Morning, guys. Morning, and welcome to day 3 of Mind, Body and Soul. So happy to be here and so happy to see you guys. And as you can tell, I'm not inside. I am, any of you guys that know me and know where I live, know that this is where I am. That is actually about 20 minutes ago. It was black as black, and all you could see was the city lights. That's Perth CBD right there. That is not great on the video. But that is, I'm up on top of the hill at the back of our place. It's called Bald Hill, and it's one of my most magnificently soulful places. And it was really exciting. Hi guys, hi, jump on, put a morning in the comment, and then I know you guys are watching. So all I can see is the little dap at the top there saying how many people are watching, but I don't know who it is. So pop a good morning in the post. Good morning guys, I hope you're probably all tucked up in bed nice and warm. I am up on top of Bald Hill because it is the most soulful place in my little universe. Oh, look at all my love hearts. I see the love hearts. Thank you. Good morning guys, morning, jump on, pop your comments, say good morning to me so I know who you are. That'd be so good. I see the love hearts and the thumbs up signs, but I am up on top of Bald Hill. This is my soulful place. So this is day 3. So it's been a bit of a wild trip for me, running these 3 days. Day 1 was mindfulness and mind fitness. Morning guys, good morning everybody. Pop your morning in the comments so I know who you are. Even if you aren't watching this live, pop your, comment so I know who you are, and ask me any questions if you like, because I'll do my best to answer them. So day 1, mind fitness, mental fitness, mindfulness. I love mind fitness. I love the way if we work our muscle and if we work our mind as a muscle and we get it strong and flexible and resilient, it can handle what we throw at it on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, the good, bad, and all the bits in between. So mindfulness and mind fitness, day 1. If you haven't seen it, go back and have a look. It'll be on the Facebook thing there somewhere. Day 2 was your body. So body fitness and what you fuel your body, what you put into your body, and what you exercise, how you exercise your body so that it can hold the energy for you every day to get through all those things that you are wanting to do on a daily basis. So if your body and your mind, if you've been working on those areas, if your body and your mind are fit and strong and flexible, we need to work on our soul. And that is the third part. And this is a tricky one for me because I have been in my life in areas of where my soul has been in tatters. So I have always been aware of what I needed to do in my life. And I don't say any of this to impress you, remember? I say this to impress upon you that if you want to improve any areas or all areas in your life, this is what I am doing and this is what I have done. But you never arrive. Everything's a continuum, okay? So this is not all about me. It's about what I'm sharing with you guys so that you can impress upon you that if you want to have a crack, you can. And if you're wanting to put some or all of the things into place that I have been doing, you can. And this is what I'm doing. So anyway, good morning, guys. So there's more of you guys jumping on. It's great to see you. So I just did this ride up the hill this morning. It's not new. I do it a lot. But last night, an hour ago, 20 minutes ago, half an hour ago, it was as black as black. There was not a single a star or moon in the sky. See up the back there, that's usually blue this time of morning. But it is as grey as. And so little Olympia, my trusty steed, I'll show you to her in a minute. She's tied up there so faithfully. I rode up here in the pitch black, and so there was nothing like trusting your trusty steed. She was trusting me and I was trusting her, and we got up here safely, which was great. And it's pretty rocky here where we live, so so Olympia and I rode on up here, and over there the sun should be coming up soon if we're going to be able to see it. That's why I'm up here, because I wanted to show you the sunrise. So number 3, mind, body, and number 3 is our soul. And that is what I'm going to delve into today, really deeply into our soul. Good morning, guys. Say good morning. So then I know who you are and what you're doing. Our soul. So the soul is different for everybody. So we can call it our soul. We can call it our spiritual awareness. We can call it our spiritual awakening. You can call it soulfulness. It's a woo-woo word, and it's fluffy, and I don't like fluffy. So this is why I have not spent in my life as much time on this as I have on those other two areas. And I have realized that I need to. So in areas of my life, I've worked on it and then I've left it and I've shut it off. So you know yourself. An example is somebody that is well connected with their spiritual self, or they're interconnected with, well connected with everything around them. You know yourself. Just think about somebody you know that is, really knows who they are, and they're well connected with who they are and their surroundings and their soulfulness. And then other people in your life that have a lot of guards up and have a lot of armor in between them and the rest of the world, and they don't feel and look. You can tell straight away, and you don't judge. Everybody's on their own path, but you can tell straight away if somebody is deeply connected with who they are, and they know who they are, and they know where they're going, and how powerful are they, and how productive are they. So that's the kind of person I aspire to be like on the soulful level. And the way to do that, I think, is to spend some time on developing your soul, is the best word for it. And everybody, so people call like spirituality lots of different names. Some people call it God. Somebody, actually before that I was just wanting to say, actually on my ride up here, I pulled my phone out to see what the time was and I dropped all my notes. So all my notes and my lip balm are halfway down the hill there. So I am winging it, but I've put a lot of time and effort in and I've practiced a fair bit. So I'm wanting to get my message over to you, but I just wanted to explain that to you. But I think this is a statement, and I could probably get shot down for it, but I'm going to say it anyway because it's what I believe, is that it is naive to think that there is not something else out there bigger than us. I have got non-believers, or atheists, they're called, people that don't believe in it, within my family, and I love them dearly and I'm very fond of them. And everybody's on their own path. But even the most staunch atheists in your lives or in people around you often say, oh my gosh, that was a coincidence. How good was that happened? Gosh, I'm so glad that... So they have an awareness that there is something more out there than what they can control. So to think that there is not something bigger out there than us, I feel personally is naive. You guys can comment, and everybody has freedom of speech. It's so wonderful in Australia. You can say whatever you like. Comment in there and tell me what you guys think. And that bigger person, or that bigger feeling or being, people call different names. So you can call it God, you can call it Goddess, you can call it all that is divine. Some people call it a higher self. Some people call it Mother Earth or Mother Nature. Some people call it our subconscious. And I don't know if I missed any others. You guys can think of any others. If you can think of it, put it in the comments. So, so to think that there is not more out there, I feel, is naive. So if you can work on that area for whatever it is for you in your personal being and your own life, because everybody is so different. So even with our mindfulness and even with our body, what works for you doesn't always work for somebody else. All I'm doing is telling you what is working for me. And horses and horse riding is good for my soul. It has dragged me or picked me up through all those tricky, misty times through my adolescent years, and then when bad things have happened to me, or when I've not been right. Horses and my family are good for my soul. So that's what I was going to say then next is, so what is good for your soul is not always good for somebody else's. So you need to find out what it is for you. And some of them are, when I've been speaking with some people and doing a lot of, cool, definitely something out there, isn't there, Leanne? So hi Sharon from Ireland. Oh my gosh. Hi. So so an example of something that is good for my soul is horse riding, I said, and other people do things like swimming in the ocean. So other people do things like walk in the morning, like go for a walk. It's good for their soul. Some people do things like cook. Like, I'm passionate about cooking. I quite enjoy cooking, but I do need a bottle of wine while I'm doing it. I don't know if that's a bit juxtapositioning there, but another one is getting into the earth and gardening. So some people love, it's good for their soul when they get right into the earth and they garden. I can relate to that one as well. Some people run a marathon or a triathlon. Some people just love watching a sunset or a sunrise, which I'm waiting for it to come for you guys. But I don't know, it doesn't seem to be coming. Apparently 7:11. So whatever it is for you. Another one for me is, I know that if I spend a family day, Sunday's family day, Jared and I try to do Sunday as family day. And I know that if I've spent a Sunday that I've deeply connected with my family, with my boys and my husband and my family, if I've spent a Sunday where we've gone and done something or done nothing, like we're just out in the paddock, which is something, isn't it? And we've connected on a deeper level, and it makes me feel loved and cherished, then it builds me up and does something to my soul, so that for the rest of the week, month, whatever, how long it lasts, I work at optimum. I can think clearly, my body works better. So your soul is so deeply rooted in, like a good, healthy soul that is nourished is deeply rooted underneath your mental fitness and your physical fitness. And so I implore you, it is so important. Whatever it is for you, that is what it is for me, whatever it is for you guys. So I think that in the past, I could get shot down for this one too. Sunday is fun day, Nat, you're dead right. So I could get shot down for this too, but I don't know if I can say it, so I'm not going to. But the sun isn't coming up, so I will show you what I can see. It's pretty cool up here. So that was me set up there on a post with a light, because only a very little time ago it was pitch black and it was divine. I feel like I'm the only person up on top of this world. It's dawn, and that's Olympia. Just standing there nicely, like a well-trained, perfect little pony. And the sun should be coming over there, but it's not. Oh well, even all the best organisation and intentions don't always work, do they? So what I do want to implore you to do, guys, is have a really good look at where you are with your soul. Because without getting all woo-woo and fluffy, because I hate fluffy, it's important. Do those things that make you good on the inside, really deeply on the inside. Do them, and do them on a daily or a weekly or whatever works for you basis, so that you can work at optimum for the rest of your day and for the rest of you, because it all balances on that. So thanks so much, you guys, for listening. I'm sorry the sun didn't come up. Maybe it's going to come up as soon as I finish this live, but it's definitely dawn up here on top of the hill. And I feel totally blessed that we have the internet, that I can get my message out there to share as many and affect as many people as I can, to help them build their own life to be as good as it can be. Because if you've got your body and your mind and your soul in working, because everything in life is a continuum. You're either moving forward or you're moving backwards. But if, there's no set in concrete, this is where I'm going to reach. If you have your body, your mind and your soul working for you and, working towards something good, then you get a seriously deep ingrained confidence that you can reach and do and be and have and give whatever you want to do, be, have, give in life. And I really feel blessed to be able to have worked that out. I'm not the only person, and to have shared that with you guys. So if you like what I've had to say today, then share it on. If you think it's going to help somebody in their life, then share it on. And if I can help you, then just message me and I'll do my utmost. Because life is short and there are so many people out there hurting on different levels, people that you think are fine and they're not. So thanks so much for watching. I really, really feel blessed that you guys can take the time out to even see what I'm up to. So loads of love and ciao for now. I've got to ride back down the hill.